So we are at a power plant called CPV1, and CPV1 is our oldest asset within Billy. It's an asset that we were introduced to actually by Investec when we were, an early startup in 2011. It was constructed between 2013 and 2015. It's been operating since then. It's got a long life now. It's been 7 years of operations and we have 13 more years to go.
We were approached by Pele, who we funded through our corporate bank, to do some development work in the Touws River community. These plants are typically in very remote areas where there's the economic opportunities for people that live in those communities are very, very few and far between. So it was a no-brainer for us to come in and fund the build of a hydroponic farm in the Touws River community.
Our perspective of this asset is that we see it as a catalyst for development in this community, and then ultimately, of course, the municipality and the province. So, it's really about creating, more jobs and more opportunities.
The 20 interns that are employed on the hydroponic farm are actually part of Investec's Youth Employment Service Initiative. Some of those interns have received permanent employment on the farm.
Before I was permanently employed by TCHF, I was part of the Investec funded YES internship program. And this is where I learned all of my horticulture skills, in particular hydroponics. It has been a very insightful year. When I arrived here a year ago, the hydroponic system was in place in all of our 4 greenhouses. And a year later, if you go in there now, you would be astounded that the same place a year ago is what you see inside that greenhouse. And to be a part of the production process, from taking that little seedling into beautiful lettuce head, it makes me feel so proud of myself and the work that I do. Because looking at the bigger picture, I am supplying, or I am part of the process of getting food to my nation, and I don't think there's anything more honorable than that. Being permanently employed by Touws River Hydroponic Farm has enabled me to pay for a course that I'm currently studying. It has enabled me to move away from my mother and move in by myself, me and my son. It has enabled me to, I'm looking into starting a little business. This employment really in a community where work it's a valuable asset, I can almost say, to have. This farm has opened so many doors and avenues for me, and it is continuing to open doors and avenues, and it has broadened my perception of agriculture as a whole. But it has given me a measure of economic freedom.
5 of the 8 employees currently employed here was part of the Investec program of last year. That contributed hugely to the program. There's a lot of excitement also around the community with this farm, and they also see that what we're trying to do is also make our community aware of basically a healthy diet or eating habit.
We at Investec look for enterprise development opportunities. We try to maximize the impact in one particular area. It's much more effective than having dispersed initiatives that are scattered all over the place.
Investec and NID Training have started this project in January 2022 to support 30 disabled, unemployed learners from the Touws River area. So we want to let that students that we are training here to go back to the community and to be self-employed or to get jobs. And most of our students are coming from previously disadvantaged communities. What we are doing here is an intervention for them. The National Institute for Development and Training was established with the sole purpose of addressing the 85% unemployment rate amongst people with disabilities. Initially, we were an organization that only catered for the deaf, but due to the broader and bigger need, we have changed our business model to include all disabilities.
The Touws River community certainly has been an incredible case study for how these kind of projects, where you combine a commercial asset with developing the surrounding community, and how those can work together for significantly more impact.